arrived. Oh my god, look how dishevelled I look. What do they call this? A Koyts?
I was going to say yurt, but I could be wrong.
Yurt?
Yurt, I could be wrong.
But it's glorious, and it's like this little triangle cabin, I guess.
Yeah.
In the middle of pretty much nowhere. We can see people. We can spy on them.
Ooh,
We can spy.
let's get nosy. Oh. Who's having a romp?
I think today's going to be a pretty chilled evening, just some yoga and some dinner, right?
Yeah.
So a very chilled evening. I will show you around, and I'm actually going to try and get some drone shots of this cabin. Oh my goodness, they are good.
I've made a squash, chickpea, tomato curry. It's not super spicy, it's just nice and warm and tangy. The chickpeas are from Bold Bean Company, who make really lovely chickpeas.
We can't see a fucking thing.
How are we going to get back? No, let's go. I'm here.
Yeah. Good morning. It is the next day and it's bright and early, and we have a yoga session first thing before brunch. Yesterday was so quick, it just went so fast. We did a yoga session, and then I tried to film it, but my camera kept saying memory card error, so I was like, sorry, I'm holding this light, so I'm gonna have to switch angles. Yeah, my camera kept saying memory card error, so it didn't actually record much of the session, if any. And then we had a nice dinner together, had a really long chat, and then we did some nighttime sleepy yoga, which was basically just lying on beds and doing some breath work, and that was amazing. So really good. I didn't film that because like I said, my camera was playing up and my phone was on low battery, and it was charging. So there's no electricity in these Koyts because they're completely off grid. There's no bathroom, no electricity, no water. So if you need the bathroom, you go to a shower block over at the main barn, which I obviously don't mind. I think it's a bit of an adjustment for other people. It's very cute here, very nice. Had a really lovely night's sleep. I tried to light a fire last night. It got going and then it just went out, and I was like, can I really be bothered? I was out for ages, and then I was just like, I'm giving up. So I'm going to try and get someone to help us tonight, because I feel like I was just there and then it just went. Today we have yoga, then brunch, and then a walk around the rainforest, because it's actually a microclimate rainforest here, which is pretty cool. Because you don't really think of that in the UK, but yeah, there's a rainforest. So once we've done that walk, then we come back and it's lunch. And then we have a walk to the sauna and for a dip in the river. So I'm obviously really excited about that. And I will try and film as much of it as possible. And then after that, we have the opportunity to shower and freshen up and stuff. And then we have a sound bath. And then we have dinner and a campfire and marshmallows. So it all sounds really wholesome, really cute. This is exactly like my perfect day. So yeah, if only Rex was here, and Jerome obviously, and then it would be the perfect day. But yeah, I'm very excited. I had completely forgotten to show you what was in the Faith and Nature box that was on our beds yesterday, but it's just a few bits of information about Faith and Nature, obviously the brand, and then we have some body wash, some purifying shampoo for oily hair and scalp, which is great because that's exactly what I have, and also a nice conditioner. So I'm going to give these a go in the shower today and see how I get on, because my hair needs a little bit of a wash. But yeah, this is so cute. Thank you so much, Faith in Nature. You're having fun, Seth?
This is great. By the time you go.
Hi! Hi!
Rewilding is not a term I tend to use very much because I think it's very it tends to be seen as quite anti-human. It's like nature good, humans bad. If we leave nature to be nature, then it'll be fine. Humans should all live in cities. And I really disagree with that. We are a keystone species and an ecosystem engineer and an apex predator. We're a very, very important part of the natural world as humans. I think when people talk about rewilding, they often think of charismatic creatures like wolves and lynx and beavers and some of the things that we're missing from nature. What we miss is the stuff that is all around us, but that we've changed. We've made into a bit of a Frankenstein's laboratory of weird animals. So the original pig precursor was the wild boar, and there would have been wild boar in every forest and field across the UK until we wiped them out. And we've then bred and bred and bred them until what we end up with now is the white pig, which you'll mainly be familiar with when you see pig farms. And when you think that Gloria is 8 years old and will probably live to 12 and is in the prime of her life, 95% of pigs around the planet don't see their first birthday. They die when they're about 8 months old because they get fattened up on steroids and antibiotics and they get sent off to be on the top of our Hawaiian pizzas. But they're so important for the health of the natural world. You see what Gloria's been doing around us here. Normally she'd come on this walk with us, but because we planted a lot of trees, she's quite keen on knocking them over. But you see all of this rootling. Pigs like this are known as God's rotivators. They stick their nose in the ground and they flip the soil. When we think of England's green and pleasant land, we often think of grass like this ryegrass. And this is native, but it's very dominant, and it should be much more diverse than we currently see. And what this grass has is it gives very little life to things like pollinators and insects. It doesn't allow anything to come through. It shades out all the wildflowers and the tree seeds that are hiding in the soil. It also has a very shallow root structure, which means it doesn't hold water back and it doesn't support soil health. What Gloria does by tearing it up is she creates microclimates that give opportunities to things like acorns and hazelnuts and wildflower seeds and wild carrot and lady slipper and all the stuff that should be covering this ground, which we don't see. When we see these green fields, it's actually a bit of a green desert, a green tarmac that doesn't support much life. So pigs like Gloria are really important to catalysing and accelerating the return of natural habitats. And then when you extrapolate that out to things like cows and horses, absolutely native creatures to our rainforests in the UK, but we've taken the auroch, which was the original cow, which was very like a gruffalo, like these big hairy horned woodland creatures, and we've bred and bred and bred them till we're left with the Jersey dairy cow, which many of them have udders so distended and live with permanent mastitis that they can barely walk. And there was a fire in Texas 2 years ago where 18,000 cows died in one fire because they all live in these multi-story factories where they're plugged in at a very young age to machines and they can't be unplugged until they die. So when a fire broke out, they just let 18,000 cows die. Now, these are highly intelligent, emotional animals. There are pigs of the same breed as Gloria in the University of Texas called Hamlet and Omelette, who play the computer game Paddle against each other. You know, these are highly intelligent. Same with horses. The original horse variety was called the tarpan, which would have lived all across these hillsides and created wallows and dust bowls for amphibians and mycelial life and done all sorts of amazing things. And we've bred and bred that animal till we're left with the Arab and the Lipizzaner and animals which, you know, they don't really interact with the natural world at all. You breathe on them wrong and they go lame for the next 6 months and they need a blanket for 8 months of the year. So we were given these creatures as part of our ecosystems which create harmony, and we have then taken them out of harmony. And Gloria is a good example of how we can bring that back. But yeah, come up and give her a stroke. She is very friendly. She's beautiful. People say pigs stink like a pig. She smells of nothing because pigs are very clean.
Hello everyone, we are just on a forest walk just now with the owner of this place. It's called Cabilla. So there is some temperate rainforest that we are going to, which is like a little microclimate. Obviously you don't really think of the UK as having rainforest, but we're learning lots of very important and cool stuff.
Squirrels, rabbits, lots of species that we have here. Parakeets, for those who live in London, you'll see lots of them. You know, these are all things that were brought in because we thought they were pretty or by accident, and they really impact our natural world. And the same happens with plant varieties. So lots of our trees evolved here and evolved in the presence of, you know, lots of different species of creature, and some have been brought in. So beech trees, sycamore trees, Sitka spruce, Douglas pine, these have all been brought in. They don't sit within these trophic systems. They work with gravity. So if you look at that rowan tree, you see the way it's kind of growing upwards? That's so the gravity kind of can't pull the branches off too heavily. And the same willows often grow downwards. So the weeping willow, you'll see those. Oak are very arrogant trees. They have these horizontal branches that just go, don't care about gravity, I'm going to just grow straight out. And what that does is it provides loads of real estate for all of these lichens, mosses, polypody ferns, all of the things that grow on an oak tree.
Okay, great hug. Obviously, I've come wild swimming. This is our little swim spot for today. It does go a bit further down to the sauna, which is up there. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have a little wade. We have just been for a little dip and it was very refreshing. And now I'm walking on lots of stones, which is not great for my feet, to be fair. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, Bruce did it for me. She's very good at
Even there,
Get yourself settled. Time to get cozy. So I'll be guiding us through a soothing, healing sound bath. With healing vibrations and frequencies. We've got crystals, singing bowls, Tibetan bowls, some shamanic instruments, some bells and chimes and gongs. So the vibrations from these beautiful ancient instruments are going to wave through your beautiful body of water, through the 30 trillion cells that make up your body, and stimulate your body's natural healing response. And stand. So the vibrations from these beautiful instruments are going to help to wave through you, shifting, moving, releasing anything that's stuck and stagnant in the body. Will restore peace, calm, and harmony in the body.
deep flavours. And then grilled aubergine with basil and tomato salad, pecorino cheese. Pecorino cheese for those who like some cheese. And then there's rocket and kale and green bean and toasted walnut salad.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Every bite is so good, isn't it?
Cheesy feet.
They're coming for you.
So the chorus says, the cheesy feet. The cheesy feet.
The cheesy feet.
Yes.
Yes.
The cheesy feet. Oh, the cheesy feet. Ad-lib.
The cheesy feet.
First of all, you lot are amazing. First of all,
Where are we up to?
It was a Y.
Yasmin Le Bon. Ooh.
D.
you said
No,
it.
no, but it didn't count.
Dionne
N.
Warwick.
No, it's not
N.
Bond.
It was N. Bon.
Oh shit. Noel Fielding.
G. Greta Gerwig. Yeah.
Done. It's been done.
No, Greta Thunberg has been done.
Yeah.
She, Georgia from Angus Punk's Perfect Snoggin.
Georgia from Angus Thunberg's Perfect Snoggin. The winner!
Close your eyes, bring your hands to your belly and your heart. Deep breath. Sigh it out.